Hey, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Fuel for Success. I'm excited to see everybody here. We're live in Los Angeles, California right now. We're in the lobby of the beautiful Hacienda Hotel.
It is a cool little hotel, Mike. It's a good little place.
It's nice.
What I like is there's a Starbucks across the street. There's a Whole Foods a block away. What more do you need? And there's an In-N-Out 2 miles away.
In-N-Out 2 miles away. Guess where we just were?
We went to In-N-Out.
We may have just had an In-N-Out burger. Well, it's great to see everybody on here today. And of course, today is Serge is asking what's In-N-Out. I think that might be a little too hot.
Serge, you got to be kidding. Serge, In-N-Out is the best burger that you'll ever have in your life, ever, anywhere. The best. There's no place that compares to it.
I'm taking a note, Pacey. We'll look for Wahoo's Fish Tacos. I love fish tacos.
Oh, I've heard of that, actually. I've heard of it, Wahoo's Fish Tacos. Where at? Is it in L.A.? No, you don't have it in Canada. They're only in California, Arizona, and Texas.
Right.
It's kind of a West Coast thing.
They're all about palm trees, fresh ingredients. In-N-Out Burger is. So we went there every time we come to Southern California or an area where there is an In-N-Out Burger. I think we may have eaten 25 In-N-Out burgers last time we were in LA.
At least 25. But we were here almost, 4 days? So that's not a bad balance. 4 or 5 per day.
Yeah.
We didn't plan on matching, just wanted to get that out there right now.
But it goes nice with the decor behind us.
Yeah. Anyways, we're having fun. I just landed. Mike was gracious enough to pick me up. It's first class service right there. And thank you for being flexible, guys, doing the show. Like we said, we're at 11 a.m. every day. There are certain days where we might have to move the show to be able to bring it to you live. But we're definitely grateful that you guys have taken the time to be with us today. Tell them about what today's subject is, my friend.
Well, just like every Thursday, of course, today we're going to be talking about business development and entrepreneurship. I agree with Ashley. Some of the best Mexican food in the world is in San Diego. If you get to San Diego, go to Old Town. There's just a ton of good restaurants
We
there.
thought about driving to San Diego, but we got too much to do with Mission 25. But I love San Diego. It's one of my favorite cities.
So we're talking today, like every Thursday, business development, entrepreneurship. And we just visited a little product placement there. I'll be expecting a check from Starbucks. We went to Starbucks. We picked up, as you know, Matt drinks a green tea, unsweetened. I drink
Unsweet.
coffee.
Unsweet.
Black.
Black. No milk.
No.
What wuss would put milk and sugar in their coffee? You've officially hit wuss status when you put cream in your coffee, men. We're no longer bros. You broke man law.
Bro code.
Bro code. You're done.
So,
well, you personally tell Paige that we said hi, and we love her and miss her, and she's a doll.
right.
Got the cutest little smile and spirit.
So, absolutely, tell Paige we said hi. And so we went to Starbucks, and then we went to In-N-Out Burger. And so, really, when I think of successful business ventures, I think about both of those organizations, both of those companies really do an outstanding job of everything from marketing to execution, branding. We were standing there, and In-N-Out Burgers, it's a burger joint. They've got a very small menu. If you've never seen it, pretty much you can get a hamburger or a cheeseburger or a double cheeseburger. You get fries and a shake, soft drink. That's pretty much the only thing on the menu. But what they do is they excel at what they do. And there were 15 to 20 people working in this one little burger place and they all had a job.
And the floors, you go to In-N-Out almost any time, and the floors will be clean.
Right.
I'm not talking about the floor in the restaurant. I'm talking about where they're cooking the food.
In the kitchen, right.
Big contrast between McDonald's floors and In-N-Out floors.
True. So we were standing there watching them execute and kind of chatting back and forth. And I said, well, what is it? We thought, we'll talk on the show today. What are some of the things that really makes a restaurant like In-N-Out or an establishment like Starbucks? What are some of the things that really sets them apart and makes them excel in a consumer-based economy? What are some thoughts that you have, Matt?
Well, let's both share. And by the way, so here's what happened. Starbucks, In-N-Out. Now we're doing Fuel for Success on the Mac.
It's true.
With Apple. So we're literally dealing with some of the best product businesses in the world. So I'll just give you 3 things that come to my mind right away about why I believe In-N-Out was so successful.
Okay.
Number 1 is they are ridiculously committed to quality. That's number 1. And you can go to any In-N-Out burger in all of California, and every one of them are going to taste the same, and every one of them are going to be unbelievable. I've had In-N-Out burgers in San Francisco. I've had them in Stockton. I've had them all over LA. And their quality, from the way that they cook the burgers, first of all of their food is fresh. Literally, they're so careful about quality that they're particular about the exact type of tomatoes that they order,
right,
down to the lettuce, the onions, the potatoes. Everything is fresh. They don't freeze anything. The meat that they use that day is fresh. So that's 1, is the commitment to quality. 2 is the fact that anytime you go to an In-N-Out, you see enthusiastic employees, much different compared to when you go into a McDonald's. Not so enthusiastic.
Yeah.
There's such an energy in In-N-Out. It's like those people loved what they were doing. Everybody knew what they was doing. You didn't see anybody bored. You didn't see anybody standing around. You didn't see any, everybody was working. Everybody was happy. There was enthusiasm. And literally, anytime you ask one of their employees a question, there's like a sincerity in their eyes. Like they really do want to help you. So in my opinion, that's the second thing that makes In-N-Out so successful, in my opinion. The third thing that I believe makes In-N-Out so successful is the way they have been about the brand. And of course, when you start studying businesses that are high-level, high-success businesses, you'll find out that they're very protective about their brand. A lot of businesses don't take their brand serious. And that's why they're not able to dominate in the marketplace. So I know, Serge, we're making you hungry. It's making me want to go back there, my friend.
We may hit that again today.
Oh, there's no we may. We will.
You know me. So this is Ashley. Did we get our fries animal style?
Oh, my Lord. Is the Pope Catholic, Ashley? Are you kidding? Absolutely.
Yeah, but it turns out, and I remembered when we were eating our fries.
We don't like the cheese on
I like to get the fries without the cheese, with extra grilled onions, and with extra sauce.
Animal style.
That is. That's the best way to do it. And as you were thinking about it, I was thinking about what I saw today. And this, I think, some advice that would probably carry over into any business owner, any entrepreneur starting a business. One of the things that really stood out to me, first of all, was their focus. And I talked about the menu. They've got extreme focus. They're not, you go into some restaurants and they'll have a menu that's so thick, and you wonder, in contrast to a place like In-N-Out Burger, you think, how can they possibly be good at making all of those things? And you realize that, well, their focus must not be on quality. Because if you go to a really good, a very, very nice, like sit-down restaurant where there's a chef, they're going to have a relatively limited menu as well. They're not going to have 500 items on the menu because no chef can excel at 500 different items. So their focus on what their core competency is. They're fresh ingredients. They're doing fries and burgers. That's it. Shakes, right? And that's all. That's all they're doing. They're focused. They know what they're good at. They're focused on what they're good at, and they're doing the very best they can to make it as good as they possibly can. So their focus on their product, I think, is one of the key elements that really brings them to the top. And one of the things that and just honestly, a lot of times we think that innovation is necessary for success. And I contrast, for example, Starbucks with In-N-Out Burger. Starbucks is extremely innovative. They've done some things that keeps their bean fresh. They've got a little flavor lock thing on their bean transportation containers that is extremely innovative. Made a lot of difference in the freshness of their coffee, and they've innovated in things like frappuccinos and some different drinks and things. In-N-Out Burger didn't innovate anything. They just took something that was very common. It was a commodity thing, burger and fries, and they rose it to a level that nobody had achieved before. And that, to me, and that was due to their focus. I mean, they've got more of a focus than I can't think of another hamburger place that has such a focus that's so blatantly parlayed on their menu. So
yeah, and I'm impressed too. And you're right. All the years they've still maintained that simple menu.
Right.
And again, I'm not knocking maybe other restaurants that have this huge menu, but at the end of the day, I mean, I've never gone into In-N-Out and their drive-thru and their lobby not be packed. I've gone at midnight. I've gone in the morning. I mean, my Lord, we were there at 11 o'clock this morning and it was packed.
Yeah.
You go in the middle of the day, it's packed. So obviously they're doing something right. They're doing a lot right, actually. Speaking of focus, Mike, usually in our show, you're on this side and I'm on this side when we have the split camera.
Yeah.
So we need to fix that. Speaking of focus, see? Now it's like it is when we're on camera.
I felt a little off.
Yeah, something just wasn't flowing, bro. I ain't used to you being on this side.
Well, here's the deal with the technology. It sort of flips it mirrors the image. So even though I look like I'm on that side, I'm actually on.
So with what they're seeing is you're in the right place.
No, they're seeing now that I've confused myself.
He's confused me.
I think I'll do the show upside down.
He's lost it, folks.
So we're gonna do
the show. When we come to LA.
Quick story. I got to tell you this because this epitomizes Los Angeles. The first time I ever came to the Los Angeles area, we were driving down the Pacific Coast Highway, not far from Newport Beach, and a dude, no kidding, rolls up next to us in a convertible Corvette. It was a sick car, right? Dude's kicked back. He's probably in his 50s. Sunglasses on. No joke. He's wearing a pyramid on his head.
You're kidding. You're kidding.
No.
Why?
Pyramid. I guess power. Pyramid power. I don't know.
Guy's having an identity crisis.
I didn't ask him. I'm a farm kid from Iowa. I felt out of my league at the time.
I totally get it.
So
back to In-N-Out, my friend. Can you give us some more reasons besides focus and attention to detail why you think In-N-Out has been so successful?
Yeah.
I love the random.
So, one of the things that I noticed today, and Pacey mentioned it earlier, she talked about quality customer service. And obviously the quality is there, and you said they've got an extreme focus on quality. The customer service is outstanding. They literally put a focus on the customer. And this is something that probably, and to kind of contrast with Starbucks, Starbucks generally has extremely good customer service, but I've been to some.
But it's not unbelievable. It's not the wow factor.
No. In-N-Out is, though.
In-N-Out's the wow factor. Ritz-Carlton's the wow factor. Mm-hmm. Southwest is the wow factor. Delta is not the wow factor, right? Apple, the product is the wow. The customer service is not the wow, in my opinion. So can you explain, like let's say someone's in business, one way or another, they need to bring the wow. Either the product needs to be a wow or the customer service needs to be a wow, and hopefully all businesses strive to wow in both. So where's the balance in to deciding what your business is going to wow people in? I don't think enough businesses, Mike, are bringing the wow factor to the table. Like, I can assure you, anybody that attends a Mission 25 is going to leave with a wow. So we know and understand the value of wow. I can't believe that. Wow, that was unreal. Wow. The thing that's going to cause you to call your friends,
right. Text
your friends, put it on your Facebook. You know what I mean? What's the secret or balance of that, in your opinion?
Well, I think you mentioned that every business should probably try to strive in both areas. And I think trying to strive in both areas simultaneously is probably a mistake, because you probably need to attack one or the other first. If you can get to the place where you're excelling in both of them, I think that's a great idea. However, which one you should focus on first, I think, is largely dependent on the type of business. So most businesses, and this isn't all, but most businesses can be broken down into service oriented businesses and product oriented businesses. And I think that your initial focus, if you're a service based company, if you're a consulting firm, or you're a consultant like myself, or if you even a food service. Food service is kind of a mix.
Let's say a girl out there is going to start a cleaning business, or let's say a young guy is going to start a detail business. He's going to detail cars, or someone's going to start their own valet company. They're going to go to high-end hotels and restaurants and offer a valet service.
Yeah.
So take us in your opinion. I got some of my thoughts on that.
Sure.
In your opinion, if someone's going to go into, say, a cleaning business, a detail business, or some type of service like that, detailing cars, maybe walking dogs.
Yeah.
Dude, walking dogs, listen, if you want to be an entrepreneur, go in the dog business. Bro, it blows my mind the amount of money that people spend on their dogs.
Yeah, anything related to pets. Well, I think that in a service industry like that, and I think we can learn a lot, really, even from In-N-Out Burger in this case, because they've got, there's nothing magic about what they're making. Their product, although their product is excellent, okay, it's like one of the best burgers you can get, but I mean, their sauce isn't like there's anything magic about it. It's kind of like Thousand Island with some other stuff. It's grilled onions and fresh ingredients, right? And so they've got an excellent product, but they really focus on bringing an excellent service to the table. And I think that in a service, let's take, for example, detailing cars. I think that's a great example. You can get a car clean. You can only get a car so clean. And the way to market differentiate yourself is to have excellent customer service, to have unbelievable customer service, the kind of customer service that people go, wow, this guy was amazing.
In your opinion, what defines excellent customer service? All right, for example, let's say your room is out of towels here at this hotel, and you call down and you say, sorry to bother you, we're out of towels in room 303. What would be unbelievable customer service or average customer service?
So it's actually a real example that just happened.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Excellent customer service would be the person that answers the phone and says, "Oh, I'm so sorry that you're out of towels. Let me take care of that right away." And however long it would take to get to where the towels are and get to my room, within 10 seconds window of that, that's how long it takes to get the towels to my room. That means everything else drops because a customer has a need, okay? And that customer's need comes before everything else, because there's a lot of busy work that in the hospitality industry especially, that there's a bunch of busy work, things they could be doing, but this needs to be okay. A
customer takes priority.
Customer takes priority.
Can I throw something in? Can I vent?
Yeah.
Can I vent, folks? I've always thought this. Okay, so you're going into a store. You're in front of the clerk. You have money in hand.
Yeah.
You're in person. And somehow the person on the phone that calls in gets priority over the person in person.
That's wrong.
Like, they're equal customers, right?
Yeah.
Like, literally, you could be checking into, say, even a hotel. Or not. I mean, we've had good service here so far, I think, right? Have you? Maybe not. Well, at any rate, listen. It'd be like this. It'd be like you're going to place an order. Like, let's say you're going to order takeout Chinese, right? Mm-hmm. You're in the middle of your order, the phone rings, and the Chinese person says, "Oh, sorry, hold on," and answers the phone, and spends like 5 minutes on the phone with the person taking their order while you were in the middle of your order.
Yeah.
I'm venting about this because I would feel that the proper thing to do would tell the person on the phone to please hold. I'm taking care of a customer right now. Right?
Yeah.
So what happened in America that this has gotten so twisted that the person on the phone wins over the person in front of them? I want to hear your philosophy.
That's my opinion on that is that that's absolutely backwards. you should, well, there's two things. Okay, first of all, in that case, the customer that's in front of you should always take priority. They should always get the priority. The person on the phone should wait. Say, you mind holding a second? I got to take care of
And
this.
most people on the phone would get that. Like
Yeah.
if I called in and George answered the phone and said, thanks for calling. I'm taking care of a customer right now. I'll place you on hold for 3 minutes or whatever, right?
Right.
Well, I would get that.
So the other side of that, though, is that in some cases, we've gotten to a place where I really feel like, in a customer service standpoint, it's vastly underfunded, understaffed. Okay, and so then this becomes a systemic problem. In other words, there's always a competition of priorities between the person in front of you and the person on the phone. And if that's the case, I think that the business needs to take action to eliminate that situation, because that should be an exception, not the rule. I used to work at a lumber yard. It was like a Home Depot. It's called Menards in the Upper Midwest. You may have Menards where you're at. And I worked at the lumber desk when I was going to college. And so there'd be lines of people. They'd take numbers like at a deli, because there'd be 100 people that wanted to order 2x4s on a Saturday morning. And the phone would literally ring off the hook. And our policy was that you always took care of the customer that's in person.
And I like that. What's the name of that company?
Menards.
I'm a fan of Menards now.
Well, let me finish, because it became a systemic problem. We literally had people that drove in and were upset at us because they said, we were on hold for 45 minutes and you never took my order.
Yeah,
So-
that's a faulty system.
Right. At that point, it becomes a systemic problem. You need to address that problem. The situation of juggling that priority should be an exception, not a rule.
Yeah.
So if that's always happening, then you need to increase your customer service personnel.
Well, speaking of, okay, I'll give you an example. I'm an observer, okay? I walk into every business, be it a retail, be it a gas station, be it a barber shop, be it a juice bar, be it a coffee shop, and I literally evaluate from an entrepreneur standpoint, from a business mind. I think in terms of, okay, what are these people doing right? Well, what needs to change here? And I guess, is this business going to last? Are they going to go to the next level? Case in point, yesterday, I went to the gym that is near my son's school because I needed to kind of really get a lot done yesterday. So sometimes when I have to get a lot done, I work out at the gym that's closer to my son's school as opposed to the gym that I normally go to. But in the gym that is closest to my son's school, there's a juice bar there. It's not really a juice bar because they don't do wheatgrass or carrot and apple, but they do smoothies.
Okay, yeah.
So I was getting a protein shake after my workout. And the guy had zero personality, showed zero interest in me at all. And I was cool. I mean, and he was cool back, but I was asking him, how's your day? And you've been busy, just small talk, right? And I said, so are you the owner here? He's like, I am. And I thought to myself, wow, after like 10 minutes of engaging, he did not even give a percentage of a wow experience. Like no interest. No, like, what's your name? How long do you work out here? What's your favorite drink? See, I believe where people are missing it is not showing interest in the customer, not showing interest in, that's like I used to tell young evangelists. When you go preach at a church, don't just walk out of the pastor's office and walk right on the platform. You go shake every hand. Because even if your message is horrible, if people felt like you cared about them and you showed interest, they're going to show you mercy when your message is horrible.
That's good.
Maybe you should try shaking more hands.
Maybe I should.
But you know what? I drove away yesterday from that juice bar, and I thought, well, number one, if I owned that place, it would be packed. That's the first thing I thought.
Yeah.
Number two is I thought, I'd give him maybe 2 more years. He's probably the kind of guy that his dad has money, and his dad gave him the money to buy the business. You can tell he didn't really put his blood, sweat, and tears into it, because if he did, you listen, to be highly successful, you want customers for life. He made a sale that day, but there's really not much impression he made on me that made me want to come back. You feel me?
Yeah, I do, totally.
I love Mike Hopkins, man. Somebody had a question. Let's get to that. I believe it was Serge asked if we had a business book
Oh, right.
that we would recommend about business and entrepreneurship. I'll let Mike go first, and I'll tell you my recommendation.
Oh, wow. Just one? You know, I've got tons of them, but, you know, depending on the kind of business, one that really jumps out at me right away is actually Grant Cardone's 10X rule. And one of the things, and I think we've talked about this on the show, this doesn't necessarily jive real well with our topic you're talking about. You know, some of the traits of successful businesses. Well, it kind of does, because one of the biggest, obviously you need cash flow and you need customers for any business to be successful, whether it's business to business, business to customer, depending on whatever the genre of the business or the segment is. But obscurity is one of the biggest problems that any business faces, and getting your name out is one of the hardest things to do. So sorry, sir, did Serge ask? Yeah, the book is 10X Rule.
It's called the 10X Rule.
Yeah, the 10X Rule by Grant Cardone, and I can link that up in the show notes for sure afterwards. But that you know, talks about, and 10X, basically the principle is that you need to do 10 times as much to promote your product, promote yourself, market yourself. It's more of a marketing bent on the whole concept. And
all right. This is my iPad library, Serge. I don't know if you can see because of the reflection, but it literally is loaded with business books. That's not including all the books I have at home. I know, it looks like my home, don't it? So you're looking at a young man that's read one book a week, that's pretty much has my hand on every good business book there is. And I'm with Mike on the 10X Rule. But as far as business and entrepreneurship, there's two books. One is called Crush It. Crush It. And the other one is called The Success Principles. And like I told you, I've almost read them all, my friend. And there's some unbelievable business books out there. But the 10X Rule, Crush It, and Success Principles will have you popping veins. Will have you getting up at 3 in the morning. Will have you jacked up about business success. Will have you producing results, making money, being successful.
I've got one other recommendation, and I agree with those. I love Crush It. Gary Vee wrote that. The other one that I read, which was it's a pretty deep book, but actually it's Dave Ramsey's EntreLeadership.
Really?
Oh, fantastic book.
You know what? I love Ramsey, but I haven't read that book. Is it good? Can you tell us 3 things you learned from it?
Well, you know,
you guys know I purposely like putting Mike on the spot for fun.
Yeah, I think they know that. Like, let's give something away, Mike.
Mike, go ahead.
Right now, we got 4 minutes left in the show. Are you kidding me?
You know what? I get in the car today, guys. I literally get in the car. I'm like 30 seconds in the car, and I'm like, Mike, I need this changed on the website. Can you do that real quick? Poor guy's on his iPhone back there, and he's probably thinking, God, why did we pick him up again?
Yeah. God,
anyways, what were you saying? 3 things you learned from EntreLeadership.
EntreLeadership by Dave Ramsey.
Which, who knows better? I mean, Dave Ramsey went broke, and look at the empire he's built.
Yeah.
So he's definitely somebody that I would study and I would read.
Well, the focus of the book is maybe less about building an entrepreneurial business from the ground up. It's more to that second level of, you know, you've got a business sort of starting to flourish. You've got to begin to develop leaders, and you've got to begin to hire the right people. And it focuses a lot on sort of that second phase of entrepreneurialism, of building the people infrastructure of a business. And so he breaks down things like mission statements and vision statements in a way that is clear.
What would be the number one trait if you were going to hire, say, a manager to manage your business? What would be the number one trait you would be looking for?
The number one trait I would be looking for is probably loyalty and commitment to the product or service that we're selling.
You know what mine would be? And you have this? Mine would be, if I was going to hire somebody, the first thing I would want in that person to possess is a make it happen mentality.
That's good.
Nothing gets on my nerves more than people that make excuses and that just don't make it happen. That's probably my biggest pet peeve in life. You know, if you ask, I just like people that find a way to make it happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you say, man, I like, if you go to a restaurant, you say, I'd like to have some ice. Don't ever tell me you're out of ice. Don't ever tell me you're out of ice. That's just the most unacceptable answer in the world.
Yeah.
Go to a gas station, buy bags of ice, and keep it in a cooler. Just don't tell me you're out of ice.
Yeah.
If I ask for hot sauce, don't tell me you don't have hot sauce, right? Make it happen, right?
Yeah.
That's my feeling. Like, if I was going to hire a personal assistant, one of the questions I would say is, hey, if at 3 o'clock in the morning I called you and told you I was craving brown rice, what would you do? And their answer would tell me whether or not I would hire them to be my personal assistant.
You know, that actually, one of the things that I was going to say as you were answering that question, my pet peeve is, don't ever tell me that's not my job.
Yes.
Don't ever say, oh, that's not my job. What do you mean? Are we trying to be successful or are we not? You know, it's not, if I'm working at IBM or something, okay, I can understand maybe that's not your job. But anything under 500 employees, everything is everybody's job. You know, we build a business.
Yeah, like if Mike needed one of these thingies that, God, I wish I would have created it. What are these things called? The sleeves? The coffee sleeves?
Yeah.
If Mike, you glue it on there? Gee, looks like Mike glued it on there. But if Mike was at Starbucks and he needed one of these, right? And let's say they were out, but there was more in the back, and let's say the person was making the coffee, right? I don't want to hear, well, we don't have any more. Right. Knowing that there's some in the back. Don't be lazy. Make it happen. And that ties in with the that's not my job mentality. All right. Well, we're almost out of time. We are out of time. Mike, let's just give them one more minute. Any questions that come in, guys? We want to make sure that we get your questions.
Ashley's asking about, she's working on a business idea. She's asking, you're talking about like mobile apps to organize business files and ideas. I use Evernote all the time, and I use it to great lengths to organize.
Do you like Evernote? I find it complicated, but I need you to show me this weekend how to use it.
I do like it.
I find it complicated, but Travis loves it.
Yeah.
Everybody I know loves it.
Here's one of the things. If you're doing anything, well, if you're running any business, you're going to have customers, and I think it's critical to have a CRM package, a customer relationship management package, just to be able to keep track of your customers and who they are and what their interactions are, opportunities, project sales, all those sort of things. And we've used Insightly, which is you can get up to 2-3 users free.
I love Insightly.
Web-based, cloud-based. Insightly is a fantastic CRM package. Look into it. And Evernote cleanly integrates with it, so it works great from a technology standpoint. So those are two that I would say look into. Evernote to manage your files and ideas and all those sort of things, because you can organize them in notebooks and tag them in those
categories and stuff. Got a good search feature?
Yeah, great search feature.
I'm all about search features, aren't you?
I am.
That's what I love about the iPhone. That's what I love about Google. That's what I love about Gmail.
Well, if you're a Gmail user, you can also just use Google Drive and keep documents and things, and that has great search capability as well. So that may be a lower barrier to entry for you rather than Evernote. Either one will do a great job.
You know what's funny about you saying that? My 12-year-old son Caleb 2 nights ago was doing a paper, and he was using Google Drive, and I was like, hey. I was like, why aren't you using Microsoft Word? He looks at me, kind of raises his eyebrows, and goes, Dad, get with the times. I'm like, you've been hanging out with Mike? You know what I'm saying? But no, if you're going to be successful in business, being organized is key, and being structured is key. That's why you need to make it a priority to use technology. Mike can give you a whole lot more than I can to keep yourself organized and stay on top of things. Don't forget the good old Legal Pad. Nothing beats. This is the best app there is.
You know. This is free. Okay. All the time, I'll write notes, and I'll take a picture of it with my phone, and you can just take that photo of your handwritten notes and just upload it to Evernote, and it'll actually do
Transcriber?
Character recognition, and you can search the terms in that document.
You're joking.
I'm not joking.
All right. Well, I'm downloading Evernote. I deleted it twice because it frustrated me, but I think I'll have Mike teach me.
All right.
Well, guys, we'll be back tomorrow.
We will be tomorrow, family and
Tomorrow, family. Do me a favor, guys. Pray for Mission 25 in Los Angeles. We're very busy the next few days getting everything together. It starts tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Excited about what God's going to do. It's going to be awesome. Don't forget to tell your friends and family about Fuel for Success. It's real simple. All you got to do is go to fuelforsuccess.tv, fuelforsuccess.tv, and you can watch any previous episode. This is a resource that you can literally give to coworkers. You can give to your church. You can give to your family, your friends. And remember, we cover every subject there is to cover with health, finances, relationships, and spirituality, and business success.
Awesome. We're doing the show at regular time tomorrow. It'll be 8 o'clock local time. I think we can do that.
I think we'll do it for you guys.
All right.
We're going to have different color shirts on tomorrow, though.
Yes. Love
Man
you.
law.
God bless. We're off to get another burger, I think. So
We're going in and out, friends. I could eat another one.
I could. Love y'all. Bye.
Love you guys. I'm going to get